Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to another Arc Garage video. Today I'm going to show you how to change the timing belt and water pump on Alfa's and Fiat's 1.4 engines, more specifically on 1.4 T-jet engines. We're going to cover everything from draining the coolant to bleeding the system. Here's everything that we'll need to complete the job. So here's our timing belt set from INA. You can see we got our tensioner right here, and we also got our water pump. Besides that, I got 3 liters of coolant. Also got this silicone for Victo rinse for our water pump, and lastly we got our timing tool. I'm gonna start by removing the under tray. I'm gonna undo the coolant cap so we can let the coolant out. Alright, now as you can see, here's where we can let the coolant out from this plug on the radiator. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put hose over it, and I'm just gonna undo this plastic plug. I'm gonna remove this right wheel. Also, if you want to download the workshop manual where you got the whole process explained step by step along with the tightening torques directly from the factory, I'll put the link down in the description below. Now while the car is still up, I'm gonna remove this plastic cover for access. So there is one more 10 right behind this plastic, which is the last screw of this cover. Alright, there it is. Alright, now we gotta remove our serpentine belt. You want to make sure that you take a picture or mark the routing. For that, I'm going to use a 13mm socket and a ratchet. Now also, since this belt is in good condition and I'm going to put it back on the car, I've marked the rotation. Next, we got to remove the engine mount, and to do that we got to support the engine from beneath, as I did before when I was replacing the engine mount itself. I'm gonna do that with the block of wood, and I'm gonna lower the engine onto it. There it is. Now here are the positions of all of the holes. Next we're gonna remove the cover, but first we gotta remove these hoses. So you got a 13mm screw here. Then we got one 10mm screw here. Next I'm gonna remove the crankcase pulley. You got three 13mm screws. Now one of the most important things you gotta pay attention to is this hole right here. You can see it has a corresponding pin here. So you want to make sure not to squeeze that, because you can see we got all of these teeth on the pulley, and those teeth are read out by the crankshaft sensor. So if you mess up the rotation, or if you squish this pin here, the car most probably will not be able to start up. Now I'm gonna remove this 10mm screw here to undo this bottom part of the protective cover. Alright, now we gotta reach the plug for our timing tool. It's located right here, right beneath this mount. Let me see if I can show you. And there it is. So there it is right there. Now to reach it, we gotta remove this mount, and of course we gotta move this pipe out of the way, and this one as well. Alright, so now we got the clear access to our plug. Now I'm gonna undo that next. Alright, so it's gonna be 8mm Allen. Since there isn't a lot of space, I'm just gonna use this bit in combination with the spanner. There it is. Alright, so next I'm gonna use this mirror. I'm gonna rotate the crankshaft until I get the void on the camshaft where the timing tool goes. Alright, there it is. Alright, so we got our void there set up. You can see our pin is right there. Here's our timing tool for the crankshaft, and it fits perfectly here. So first I'm gonna position the one on the camshaft, then I'm gonna tighten this one here as well, and then I will be able to remove the timing belt. Alright, just to make a bit more room, I'm gonna unplug this injector. I'm just gonna press on this metal part and pull it up. So I'm gonna take my camshaft locking tool, Alright, and you will be able to feel it as it slides into the proper position. Now I'm gonna turn this wheel to get it tight. Alright, so that's it. Now I'm gonna fit this one as well. Now all of these screws, you're gonna get them in the set. And this 10 is gonna go up there. I don't know how well can you see it. Alright, so that's it. Both of our crankshaft and camshafts are locked in place. Alright, now that everything is locked up, we can loosen the tensioner. And I'm gonna remove the belt. Now, I don't know how well can you see it, but there are some cracks in the belt, so it's definitely up for replacement. Alright, now it's time to replace the water pump. We got 4 10mm bolts around. Now the most important thing is to clean the silicone around extremely well, so the new silicone with the water pump can adhere. So I'm just gonna use the blade to scrape all of this off. Alright, so there we go, everything is nice and clean. Lastly, I'm just gonna clean it a little bit with a brake cleaner to remove any grease. Alright, time to put the silicone on our new pump. I'm gonna use the Renz oil from Victor Renz. This is the only stuff that I use. So you can see basically the mark where the silicone is supposed to be applied. I'm gonna be generous, but I'm not gonna put too much of it. Alright, there it is. That looks pretty good. There are no thin spots or anything like that. Alright, next we have to loosen this camshaft pulley so we can properly align the new timing belt. Now you don't want to just rely on the locking tool which holds the camshaft in place. It can break and damage the camshaft itself. For that reason I'm going to use this tool just to counter balance the force which I'm going to exert when loosening the bolt. Alright, there it is, and now you can see that you can actually move the camshaft. Just to add, there are no teeth or anything like that which hold it in spot. It's basically held only by friction through this bolt. Time to put the new belt in place. One more thing I want to show you, pay attention to this camshaft pulley. When I try to tighten the tensioner, I don't know how well can you see it, but there's movement there, and that movement is exactly why I loosened this bolt. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to get this belt right. So essentially these two marks right there are supposed to be aligned, and when you get that aligned you tighten this 13mm nut, and that's basically it. After that we're gonna do 2 spins. We're gonna check the timing again, we're gonna check the tension, and if everything checks out we're gonna be pretty much done. Alright, so that's gonna be pretty much perfect. Next I gotta tighten the camshaft pulley bolt, and torque is gonna be from 108 to 132 Newton meters. I'm gonna tighten it to 120 Newton meters. Alright, next I'm gonna remove the locking tools. I'm gonna spin the engine clockwise 2 times. We're gonna check out the marking on the tensioner. We're gonna check the timing again, and we are basically gonna be done. Alright, now let's spin the engine 2 times. So what I did here, I put some markings on the camshaft and on the crankshaft as well, and we're gonna check them out if they are good. Alright, so I spun the engine several times. The timing is perfect. Our tensioner is right on the spot. So that is pretty much it. Now I'm gonna continue to assembly. Alright, time to put the crankshaft pulley back. Again, pay attention to this metal pin here. Alright, so next I'm gonna mix up the coolant. I'm gonna add 3 liters of concentrate, and the rest is gonna be water. We're gonna need about 6 liters. Alright, now I'm just gonna mix this up real good and we're gonna put it into the car. Now this screw that we got on the top right corner of the radiator, that's gonna be our bleed screw. So essentially what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna undo it. I'm gonna pour the coolant into the system. When it starts coming out of here without any bubbles or anything like that, we're gonna screw this plug back. Now that all of the air is out of the system, I'm going to screw the plug back in. Lastly, we got to follow up on the temperature to make sure that it's not going to exceed 90 degrees. Alright, that's it. I'm just going to wait for the fan to kick in and we're going to be done with bleeding the system. Lastly, I'm gonna add the sticker stating the date, kilometers, and all of the replaced components, and that is pretty much it. Anyway, that would be all for this video. I hope you find it useful. If you did, hit that like button and support our channel by subscribing and by sharing our content with the rest of car enthusiasts.